So me and my buddy, we go to Chili's. We walk in, we get seated, and I'm like, all right, it's not too busy. It's gonna be all right. It'll be whatever. And I'm looking around. There's some tables behind us. One table kind of diagonal to us. And I'm like, okay, all right, all right. Shouldn't take too long to get our food out. Kitchen shouldn't be too busy. And our waitress walks up to us. And I don't know what it was, but I could just tell by the way that she talked and the way she just was looking at us that it was not going to be a good service. It was going to be just bad. I could tell. I was like, okay, at the very least, hopefully we will get our food. That is the entire reason I came here. If service is good, that's cool. If it's mediocre, whatever. If it's bad, I'm just here for the food anyway. So we end up sitting there for like 10 minutes. We got our drinks. Restaurants have the system where your wait staff person will put your drink in and someone else will bring it out. All right. And so that's exactly what happened. We got our drinks out pretty quickly. And I was like, okay, we'll order soon. And I'm looking around. I'm like, this place is not that busy. Where's our waitress at? And then 20 minutes pass by. My buddy's kind of like, hey, do you want to wait any longer? And I was like, let's give it a few more minutes. Just to see. And so we end up waiting like 30 minutes. No one else comes by the table. I haven't seen our waitress at all. I thought at one point that one of the other waitresses, was going to look for our waitress because I kind of looked at her and I thought she was like, oh, they're waiting on something. Let me go find her. But I guess not. I should have said something. Admittedly, I should have said something, but neither me nor him really wanted to make, I guess, a thing about it. We were just like, come on, man. We just want to come out and get some food. We don't want to, cause any type of scene or get anyone in trouble. Let's just get some food. And then it hits the 30-minute mark and we're just like, all right, we're out. Our drinks are empty. No one has refilled them. No one has even said anything to us. Let's just leave. Let's just get out of here. And so on our way out, I mentioned to one of the other waitresses, I was like, hey, I feel like this should be, mentioned to somebody. I feel like this is a thing that needs to be said, but we have not, no one has talked to us after that initial, greeting. I feel like a manager should know about that because that's stupid. Yeah, it's just really dumb. And, she was really apologetic. She was very nice. And I told her, I was like, hey, I wait tables. I understand the whole thing, but I just feel like a manager should know. I'm not like, we're not sitting here. We're not super pissed. We're pretty annoyed, but we're not super pissed, so just, if you could tell a manager that. And she was like, oh, I can take y'all at my table. And I look over at her section and she's got like 3 tables. We've already waited 30 minutes. She was like, oh, and rush it. And I was like, and me and my buddy were just like, I appreciate it. We appreciate it, but it'll be another 30 minutes regardless. So we're just going to leave. If you just tell someone about it. She was like, nah, I totally get it. I totally understand. Thanks for letting me know. And I'll make sure I tell someone. I was like, all right, cool. So as we're leaving, I'm like, okay, maybe she's smoking or something. Who knows? Maybe. I don't know. And so I'm like, all right, cool. We get in my car and I do a lap around the building and we don't see her back. And we can kind of see into the kitchen from the parking lot. And we look in there and don't even see her there. And I was like, dude, this is impressive. Did she just leave? Did she pull a vanishing act? Like, what's happened here? And so we ended up just getting Zaxby's, But having worked in the restaurant industry, I will be the first to say I was not the best at waiting tables when I started. But, I would take care of my tables. I just wasn't the best at taking care of them, So this was this was baffling to me to see someone either this bad or this just not caring, still like waiting tables. I get it. People have off nights, but this did not seem like an off night. So I don't know. I just had to share this because waiting tables is not that hard. It is not, it's just not that hard. So when someone fucks up this drastically, I am always baffled because I've worked in the industry and I know the hard parts, I know the easy parts, and I've worked at Outback, I've worked at a local kind of upscale, restaurant, and I don't know. In many, many ways, the commercial chain restaurants are way easier to wait at. The bar to entry for them is so much lower and they just don't fire people. But even then, this baffled me. I was like, this was along the same lines as one of my other coworkers who was only there for like 2 weeks and could only wait one table. And even then she couldn't even do it well. Like that's how bad it was. I don't even know. I just had to get on here and talk about that because it was just so baffling.